Hi, I'm Paul Wilson, creator of the Body Swing and the director of the Paul Wilson Golf School at Bears Best Las Vegas. Here's a great tip to help you with the top of your backswing. If you like this tip, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Click on the red button to subscribe to my channel, then click on the bell so you're notified when I post new tips. And please, tell all your friends about my tips. You know, there's a lot of other people out there that need help too. In this tip, I'm talking about setting the club at the very top of your backswing in what I would consider an acceptable position. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the top and hit a ball, and then I'm going to draw a box up at the top of the backswing. So what I like to do when I'm watching my students, you know, I like their club inside that box. So if the person can get the club inside that box, it's going to fix things like, you know, too long of a swing, too late off, you know, that sort of thing. Okay, I'll get to all the different ones in a second, but just so you understand what we're doing, we're trying to get our whole club inside that box. Okay, it's going to vary a little bit with driver or a pitching wedge. Let's say I've got a 7-iron right here, because your driver would be swinging a little bit flatter here, so the box may move a little bit here. Pitching wedge might go, well, is going to go up a little bit higher because it's shorter, so it's going to swing a little steeper, so the box is in a little bit more forward position. All right, but like I said, I'm doing it with a 7-iron. You'll understand exactly what I'm saying. Once we draw the box on there, you'll see it, and then into the future, what I would like you to do, keep that box in mind, okay? I love people doing practice swings at home. So if you're doing practice swings at home, have a window or a mirror right here, okay? You're standing this way, you're trying to set the top of the backswing, okay? So you gotta know where to set it. So visualize or imagine the box that I'm gonna talk about, and just think to yourself, oh, he wants the club in that box up there, okay? So I'm gonna hit one, you're gonna take a look at it, and then we'll draw the box on there, okay? So you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So right here, again, I've got a 7-iron here. Okay, so right there, you can see how the club is up into that box right there. So now let's talk about a few of the different common swing flaws that I see people do, and you'll understand why those are not going to go into that box up at the top. Okay, so the first one we're going to talk about, let's say someone has a long swing or a short swing. Okay, so if you were here and you did, let me just tee one up here. Okay, if you did a real short swing like this, the club head would be outside the box. So this is a little too short. From here, you know, that is just such a tough position to generate power. I demonstrate that for people, and it takes me every ounce of energy I've got to hit the same distance shot that I normally hit if I go up more towards parallel. All right, so I don't like the short one. If you're a young person and you got this real short swing, it might work like a John Rahm, let's say. Okay, you see how hard he has to move at it, and your average person is never gonna do that. Okay, so if you go up a little higher, you got a little more time to generate speed. So you can swing it like 80% and still hit your best shots. Okay, so that's why too short I don't like, okay? But you can see that that head would be outside the box. Now on the flip side, you got too long. Well, if you did too long, the club head would go outside the box, it'd go below that box, see? So I don't like too long because your body didn't tell the club to go back that long. Basically what you're doing there, your body rotates, but then your arms separate, probably a breakdown in the lead elbow too much, and now your club goes way down there. So now your arms have to pull to catch back up to your body, and now you're gonna hit it with your arms, okay? Big problem, Because the harder you hit, the tighter you get, the slower the golf club moves. So again, if you were too long, the head would be outside the box. So let's start to shorten that up. All right, so here are some other flaws I see people do. Basically picking the golf club up. So if you were here like this, getting ready to go, and you didn't turn your body, you just kind of went like this and just lifted the club up, kind of took it a little outside. It's pretty rare, but I do see some people do this. They go like this and they just pick it up. So if you do that, see, the club head would be outside that box. So to get it inside the box, you'd have to rotate. So we're not just going to pick the club up. Instead, we're standing here like this, we're just going to turn. Okay, so if you turn a little bit and then you hinge it up, the club goes inside the box. So anybody going outside, you need more rotation. Turn, hinge, club is inside the box. Okay, now you have the opposite, someone that takes it way inside and crosses the line. So if you were going like this and you got kind of deep back here, typically the club pushes across the line here. So it looks like this, you go there and then the club, the head right here, goes outside that box again. Okay, so for you, we need to not kind of reach too much behind us. We need to go a little bit more down the line here. Okay, so we're not going way back here. I like about a 30-degree depth. So to get that, we're going to feel like we're going a little, not straight back, straighter back. So severely deep, cross. We'll get rid of that by going straighter back. Feel like you're kind of reaching this way, kind of towards the camera here, not too far behind us. All right, so that's another couple of things that cause you to go outside that box. Last couple would be too upright of a swing or too flat of a swing. All right, too upright, I don't see this much, but yeah, I get the odd person that does this. Okay, so what would too upright be? That's this. If you, again, kind of picking it up, but you're now going way up here. See, the back arm comes way away, your club is outside the box, way up here. Okay, so you've just kind of lifted it way too high. Okay, so that one, I would tuck the lead elbow a little bit, or the back elbow a little bit as I got to the top. So instead of being way up here, it's a little bit more tucked. Now that'll bring the club down into a little better position. So instead of reaching up too high, we're going around, so it's a little bit more of a rotational type of movement with a little more tucking of the back elbow. Okay, pretty simple. So that'll stop the too upright. Now you get the reverse, too flat. Okay, so if you go like this and you're too flat, that means this back elbow is too tucked. And I do see this quite a bit. You know, person will get ready to go like this, elbow's totally jammed in here, and the club ends up pointing way over here, and it's too flat. So there, we need to lift it up a little bit. Untuck the elbow a little bit. Don't go crazy, because you do that, now you'll be too upright. So I call it just like a loosely tucked position here. So from there, tucked, way back here, way flat, to loosely tucked, gets it back inside the box again. All right, so hopefully you see that and why it's important to get the club in the box, because it fixes a lot of these common problems that people have. So if you have just that visual of, hey, there's a box there, and you set up at home at night and you're doing some practice swings, or, you know, if you're out here and you got a video camera, you know, just hold your swing at the top and go, oh, look, my club's inside the box, or oh boy, it's outside the box. Here's what I got to do to get it back in that box. And you can see I'm giving you leeway there. I don't need an exact position. It's an approximate position, or what I feel is a good position at the top to allow you to come down and through in a good position. You start doing some weird move back here, you're out of position. So now you're probably going to have a compensation as you come down to hit the ball. And now that would mean you have two flaws, or a flaw and a compensation for the flaw. So now you got to practice real hard to time that exactly right to be consistent. You might have it one day and the next day it's a complete disaster because you took a break, let's say, between your practice. You know, there are weird swings out there on tour, you know, but these are pros. They're doing it every day. They've done it hundreds and hundreds of thousands of repetitions, and they do it daily. So they've got the timing of that move. You're practicing once a week, maybe. You know, most people don't even come out and practice. They hit a few balls before they go play, and that's once or twice a week. That's not enough. You'll never get the timing of it. So you want to try and develop a really good backswing so you don't need to have all that timing and other flaws in your swing to hit perfect shots. All right, so start to develop a really nice top of the backswing position. It'll make life so much easier for you. And, you know, you'll get rid of these other flaws real quick. So kind of visualize that box that I drew on there. Do the practice swings at home. And if you video it on at the range here, then imagine the box as well. Start getting into a nice position up here, and then your shots are going to be so much better. I truly hope you've enjoyed this tip. You know, I've been teaching a powerful, effortless, pain-free golf swing now since 1991. If you'd like to learn this type of swing, then head on over to bodyswing.com/free samples, click the link up here or in the description below, and I'll send you some free samples of my Body Swing book and video series that take you step by step by step through how to build a powerful, effortless, pain-free golf swing. So once again, head on over to bodyswing.com/free samples, click the link up here or in the description below, and I'll send you the free samples right away.